wherever you go. From the station that's on your side, breaking news.
We do begin with breaking news this half hour. Just into our newsroom, Colonial Pipeline is back up and running. Officials say it's going to take a couple of days to see the effects here, but in the last couple of hours, Governor Kemp has been talking about rising gas prices in the state of emergency in Georgia.
Governor Kemp's emergency means gas stations can't hike up their prices higher than they were before the state of emergency, but prices can still go up if stations are paying more to transport the fuel, which is what's been happening in some cases. Governor Kemp and the Attorney General say they have gotten more than 300 complaints of price gouging so far. They say their teams are reviewing those complaints and there will be consequences for anyone found to be abusing the situation. They also say now is not the time to panic. Doing so only leads to more chaos.
No one should be taking advantage of consumers who are trying to continue their daily routines. While we will review all price gouging complaints to ensure that the law is followed.
And right here at home, gas stations and officials are saying the problem is not an actual gas shortage at all. It's people buying it too fast that stations don't have enough time to come back in and refill.
Right, we're kind of creating our own problem here. Our own Nick Proto is live at the pilot on Riverwatch Parkway. And Nick, what does the situation look like for us here locally?
Well, the gas station behind me has some cars here right now. Definitely not as many as we saw about an hour ago. Those lines were pretty long. But officials tell me this is pretty similar to that toilet paper shortage we had earlier last year. It's not so much a national shortage. It's just people panic buying right now. And that's led to things like this. As you can see at the pilot here on Riverwatch Parkway, some gas stations are just running out of gas. Now, across the region, lines were nothing compared to what we saw yesterday. But going around the CSRA, we saw a lot of places had run out of gas. We spoke to a number of privately owned stations who tell us they've been out since Monday and they're not sure when they're going to get that next shipment. Edgefield County EMA Director Susie Spurgeon took to Facebook asking people not to buy more gas than they need because it just makes the situation worse.
There's no reason to fill up a whole bunch of extra containers. Every vehicle you have, even if you don't use it, Colonial will get the pipeline up and running very soon.
Some places have put a limit on how much gas you can get at one time. Coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we'll hear from one of those local stations that's just trying to stay afloat till they get their next shipment in. Guys?
Nick, thanks very much. And again, to update the story, the Colonial Pipeline is flowing again. People are also paying a lot of attention right now to price gouging. In Georgia, you can report a possible case by calling the number right there on the screen or doing it online, consumer.ga.gov. You fill out a form and submit that complaint form. In South Carolina, you can submit that complaint to price gouging at scag.gov. We have this information for you on the website. Quick look outside now.
Full air sticks around your full forecast coming up.
All right, thanks for that, Riley. New today, investigators say a Fort Gordon trainee admits to having child pornography. Officials say 26-year-old Brian Stills had hundreds of pictures and videos of child porn in his email account. He pleaded guilty to one count of possession of child porn. He faces up to 20 years in federal prison. Investigators say they found the porn after a cyber tip. Also new today, we're learning about a fight last night at the Charles Webster Detention Center. Richmond County deputies tell us Lavelton Philpott stabbed Deshaun Curtis inside their housing unit multiple times. Curtis was taken to AU Health for treatment. He was taken back to the detention center today. The investigation, we're told, still ongoing. No charges have been filed, at least not yet.
The three suspects in the Ahmaud Arbery murder case back in a courtroom today for a pre-trial hearing. Lawyers for Gregory and Travis McMichael, as well as Roddy Bryant, want to use Arbery's past criminal history in their upcoming murder trial. Several law enforcement officials taking the stand to testify about their interactions with Arbery. The defense attorneys say his criminal history will speak to his state of mind on the day he died. Prosecutors say it is irrelevant to the day Arbery was killed. The judge has not made a decision on that yet. We're going to keep you updated with this developing story. Today, the family of Andrew Brown says his killing by police in North Carolina was not justified. Yesterday, the family got to see about 20 minutes of the nearly 2-hour-long body cam video of the killing.
The prosecutor in the case says officers did not shoot until Brown's car made contact with them. Brown was killed 3 weeks ago after deputies tried to serve a search warrant. Right now, the deputies involved are on administrative leave, but the family and their lawyers say they want them arrested.
asking for an arrest immediately of these officers. You don't need an investigation when you see a cold blood killing. Investigate what?
My father did not deserve to die at all. He did not deserve to get killed. In any way, shape, or form, he did not pose any threat.
The family also wants the district attorney on the case to recuse himself. The DA, though, says he will not and that he is ready and willing to work the case. We're continuing our coverage on 2 infants kidnapped out of Savannah yesterday. The twins are safe and sound tonight after being found 4 hours later. Their mother was found at the scene of the kidnapping with gunshot wounds. Savannah police say she is in critical condition, but she is stable. Now, 23-year-old Angela Montgomery faces aggravated assault and kidnapping charges. Officers say situations like these don't happen often, but they were prepared.
These types of situations are extremely rare. That's very fortunate. Number 2, you've got a very capable police department. We've got the right people on scene, from detectives, supervisors, command staff members.
Police say the babies are staying with family members while their mother recovers in the hospital.
Just in the last couple of hours, we're getting our first look inside the brand new Performing Arts Center in Columbia County.
It is impressive. Our Kennedy Harris live outside the center where she is going to give us that first look. Kennedy, what are you learning about the center and what it has in store?
Well, Meredith, they're calling it the center of it all. The construction for the project started in 2018, but today we got our first look inside Columbia County's newest attraction. Take a look. This is the inside of the 2,100-seat theater. Columbia County officials say some of the entertainment people can expect to see in the center this year will be concerts, Broadway shows, and local dance performances. The total project costs are just shy of $40 million, according to the general manager. In addition to the theater, the center also has space for events, wedding, professional conferences, and more. And you'll get a chance to see all of this on your own and take a tour this Friday at the official ribbon cutting. That'll take place right outside of the center. And at 6 o'clock, we'll hear from the general manager about how this will impact the county.
All right, it's beautiful inside. Very excited about what it has to offer the community. The first event, by the way, at the center, a dance recital this Saturday. So thanks for that, Kennedy.
More than $300,000 available for emergency housing vouchers in Augusta. This is for families in low-income areas or who are facing financial hardship because of the pandemic, or for families who are in danger of homelessness. If you or someone you know is in a situation like that, head to our website for the link to apply for one of those vouchers.
This is home.
A local chef not letting the pandemic stop her from making her dream a reality. After competing in the show Chopped Sweets last year and winning, Kelsey Barak decided it was time to start her own bakery business. Now, this came after being furloughed from her job back in March. She says there was no better time to dive into her new business, which she started from home.
People still want to celebrate, even though COVID happened and we were all just really drug through the ringer last year. People still wanted to celebrate the little occasions and Mother's Day and Easter, and they still wanted to come together with their family, and being able to provide delicious baked goods and deliver them to your door, contactless or however, and still be safe was a wonderful way to start a business.
Sure was. Just within the last year, she says sales are only continuing to increase. She is currently working on getting a food trailer licensed in Columbia County.
But look at that. That is a creative way to work from home right there.
It is. And you know what? Now I'm hungry.
Yeah. Nice work there. And, yeah, winning one of the Food Network shows.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, too.
Yeah, that's serving up success right there on a silver platter for her.
That's good resume material.
Mm-hmm.
All right, after 19 seasons, the Ellen DeGeneres Show comes to an end. Her upcoming season will be her last.
Yeah, DeGeneres, as I can say it, says that last show is just not a challenge for her anymore.
Ellen's done more than 3,000 episodes of that talk show, which earned her more than 60 Daytime Emmy Awards. She says as a creator, she wants just to find some new challenges. So time for Ellen to look ahead to what's next for her, and that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, she's been a staple. I can't believe it's actually been that long.
After Oprah, there was Ellen.
Right.
Right, in the afternoons.
Yep.
Let's have a look outside. We're
yeah.
More on that forecast for thunder over Evans towards the end of the show.
Breaking news to pass along out of Aiken County. School officials there say masks for kids will now be optional. The rules go into effect right away. School officials will not give out the waivers to parents, so mask optional for Aiken County school students. The Edgefield County Sheriff's Office says 24-year-old Mary Brooks is in jail after leading deputies on a high-speed chase across the two-state last night. It started shortly before 8 o'clock last night near Highway 25 on the South Carolina side. Officers say Brooks' vehicle matched a description of a car involved with a utility trailer thefts. When they tried to pull her over, they say she sped away using Highway 25, then onto I-20 westbound over to Augusta. And the chase eventually ended on Harlem Grovetown Road near Harlem. Deputies say the truck she was driving was also stolen. A Georgia veteran turned police officer worked right through the pandemic, providing security at hospitals. But after a battle with COVID, he lost his life.
Well, now his family and his community are coming together to honor his sacrifice. Alana Austin shows us how.
We love him very, very much. We miss him every single day.
Corporal Avery Hillman loved sports, law enforcement, and spending time with his wife Sharice and their 11-year-old son, Malachi.
Yeah, we used to go on field trips. We used to play the game together.
Hillman's dedication to public service began at an early age. He served in the U.S. Army and spent decades with the Crisp County Sheriff's Office. Even after a long week, Hillman would volunteer at the Friday night football games and lead the other officers in saluting the flag during the national anthem.
He loved this community. He loved this country.
At age 50, he was eligible for retirement, but kept serving.
That day that we gave him that award and we recognized him for 30 years, he could have walked out and went home, but he didn't.
Sheriff Bill Hancock says Hillman was eager to serve in all types of law enforcement roles, from the patrols division to a school resource officer to his final assignment at the Crisp Regional Hospital.
That's one of the most important jobs that we have here at the Sheriff's Office because that's where we meet the most people.
Hillman contracted COVID-19 as a frontline worker providing security to the hospital. After nearly 5.5 weeks of fighting the virus, he died of complications.
And I feel that he's at rest and at peace. We just hope that he continues to watch over us, and he left us in good hands.
Hillman's name was recently added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Wall. Virtual services are taking place this week, while the in-person ceremony has been postponed until October. In Washington, I'm Alana Austin.
And back here in Georgia, the Crisp County Sheriff's Office plans to hold a memorial for Hillman and 7 other officers who died in the line of duty. That will happen tomorrow. On a lighter note, the 2021 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame getting some big names inducted this year. Jay-Z, Foo Fighters, the Go-Go's all got in on their first time on the ballot.
Yep, Carole King, Tina Turner, and Todd Rundgren are also getting inducted.
The hall is also honoring LL Cool J, Billy Preston, Randy Rhoads with Musical Excellence Awards. There's Carol. The induction ceremony will be in October. It happens in Cleveland. I've not been up there. That is a to-go-to place on my to-do list.
Oh, absolutely. And actually, some of these are going to be inducted for the second time. Tina Turner was already inducted before as part of a group. Now she's being inducted as a solo artist.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, though.
It's really amazing to see. What a fun spot in Cleveland. The locals call it the land, Riley. Have to visit the land.
Gotta make it up there.
How did you know that?
We had a local working here a while.
And they call that Rock City. They're known for the rock, or I don't know. They're not paying attention to me now.
Rock City.
All right,
Rock
Saturday,
City.
Thunder over Evans Saturday. We are expecting great weather then for the weekend. We'll have a look at this forecast coming up.
Check out our little friend here. You've probably seen these little lab rats before, but have you ever heard one of these little guys laugh?
No, how cute are they? They're really cute. A new study, tickling rats to make them laugh. Yes, that's actually a thing. Could hold some answers about our own laughter. Kristen Duran shows us how.
You can hear them snack, but you've probably never heard a rat laugh, at least not with the naked ear.
This is way above human hearing range.
Until now. But Mother Nature isn't exactly rich with one-liners, so how exactly do you make a rat laugh?
You just tickle them.
So what do these ticklish rats have to do with human laughter? Well, that's exactly what UAA psychology senior Tucker Sawyer is trying to figure out.
Animal research studies like this can be used to draw further conclusions about human behavior through the research that's conducted. it can serve as a basis or a starting point for human research when looking at how humans interact with one another.
He's working to identify and categorize these ultrasonic vocalizations. Associate Professor of Psychology Dr. Gwen Lupfer says it could eventually lead to an understanding of the origins of our own sense of joy, or even the way we interpret drug research.
One indicator of how much they're enjoying the drug use are these vocalizations. They make happy sounds when they get high, and they make less happy sounds when they are experiencing withdrawal. So recording these laughs can and is being used by researchers for work that probably can and will generalize to people and help people.
It's a species not often embraced by humans, but if you take a closer listen, you'll find we're not so different after all.
I love this line of research because it's unbelievably humane. You don't have to do anything that they dislike at all. You literally just play with them and get really interesting data, which I love because most researchers who work with rats at some point fall in love with them.
And the laughter is contagious, but I think in the world of lab rats, those are the luckiest lab rats I think we've ever come across.
Yes, but unpopular opinion here, I do not like to be tickled. Like, that to me sounds like torture.
Yeah.
So I actually think they're torturing these poor mice.
Are they screaming out in their ultrasonic?
Maybe. I mean, I hate it.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel bad for them. I do. I don't know.
In the way of graphics here, I like the black-eyed rat, not the red-eyed rats.
Yeah.
The red-eyed rats are a little creepy looking.
What is it about the red-eyed rats that...
I don't know, but these guys are kind of cute.
I know.
Fluffy.
Look at how they're
fun.
eating.
All right, Riley. Follow that.
Yeah.
Now, I have no weather